Warning. Listening to this show may result in increased levels of inspiration, motivation, and innovation. Side effects can include the immediate urge to take massive action to build a better business and life for yourself and others. You've been warned. Welcome to Influencers Radio with your host, Jack Mize.
Well, it is that time of year again. It's summertime, almost summertime. Kids are almost out of school. And, you know, it's that time of year that I start putting on weight for the beach, for the vacations. It's backward. I don't know what it is about my body that just automatically does that. But, you know, it's the time that everybody starts thinking about, maybe I better get into shape. Maybe I better think about losing a few pounds really quickly. A lot of events coming up, maybe weddings, maybe, who knows that people got to rush to take off the pounds because, well, you got to look good, right? And TV, you turn on the TV, middle of the night, middle of the day, it doesn't matter. P90X, insanity, CrossFit, low carb, no carb, drink a shake, eat this, eat that, don't eat eggs, eat eggs. It is, and that CrossFit, okay, here's the thing about CrossFit. I don't know how many people on the social media like Facebook and, talking about the CrossFit, and they look absolutely miserable. It looks like somebody just beat the crap out of them. But apparently that's a good thing. It's, apparently that's working towards their health, but I don't think I could barely go do the regular things at the gym, and I feel like somebody beat me up and feel like I think I wasted my money. I could just go hire somebody to beat me up and feel like that. But it's, goes back to, and I know I've talked before about Dr. Maxwell Maltz and the psychology and the way it looks. And, why do people feel they need to work out? Is it, based on vanity, based on the way they look, based on the way they feel, based on what they should do for their health? And, why is it that it's so often temporary? Is really the question, because it is. And food and, eating, if you're like me and you love food, you love the way it, tastes and, the things that you do, it's a social thing. It really is something tough to change, to gauge. And, it comes down to willpower and things like that. But a lot of people, they skip all that and they think it's just about, well, if I just eat like this for the next 60 days, I'll lose the weight and everything will be good. Then I'll keep it off. And the reason I'm saying this is because today's guest, or guests with an S, that's what they specialize in. Now they specialize it in particularly with women. And I didn't realize until I started talking to these ladies, kind of what a different mindset. But actually I take that back. I knew it was different. I've been married for 17 years. I know that I hate to generalize, but I think women have a much different outlook and perception on their looks or their appearance than guys do. Either that, or maybe I'm just too lazy to be vain at my age. But it really is goes a lot deeper than just the foods that you eat, and a lot of the misconceptions out there about, eating less or eating low fat and all that. And there's so many things that you can debate around that. But really what it comes down to, it's almost like anything else in business and life. There's always going to be a tactic. There's always going to be some quick ninja strategy, but it really comes down to the principles. And once you get the principles down, then it's easy to test and interact with different strategies and see how it works, because the principles are what are going to carry you through, and whether that's really what's going to sustain. So today really good conversation with the Dumbbell Divas, Kim and Tosh. These are some ladies that are really passionate about what they're doing, and also have some things that go against what conventional wisdom. They talk about how they love having women liking the body that they have already, rather than letting them know that, hey, you're out of shape. Let's get you back into shape so you can feel good about yourself. They want to let women feel good about themselves immediately, but I love their hook that they teach women how to look like a diva and eat like a dude. I'm in. So stick around, and we'll be right back with Kim and Tosh, the Dumbbell Divas.
Don't miss a thing. Listen to and download past episodes, get show notes, resource lists, and leave feedback at influencersradio.com.
And we are back with Influencers Radio. And today, I've actually been looking forward to today because I get to have double the fun and double the information, because today we have the Dumbbell Divas. That's tough for me to say. The Dumbbell Divas. I like that. I feel like, oh, did I say that? No, that's it. The Dumbbell Divas. I love that. Kim and Tosh, these folks, they own an online fitness and nutrition company. That goes far beyond that. Online fitness and nutrition, they go into really changing the way women think about themselves, think about their health, think about the way that they look, and help women improve all of that, but not in the way that you may think, that you typically think when you hear about fitness and nutrition and health and working out. So, Dumbbell Divas, Kim and Tosh, welcome to Influencers Radio. I am looking forward to this.
Hi, Jack. Thank you so much for having us. Hey there.
All right. Well, man, you're already sounding happy. I like that.
That's right. We are happy.
All right. So let's talk about this. So online fitness and nutrition, it seems like we're just bombarded daily. I was forced to sit through 4 hours of infomercial after infomercial on all these different types of weight loss systems, whether it's, the P90 or the Insanity or the Crazy or the Richard Simmons sweating. Can you imagine that? 4 straight hours of having to watch this stuff. It was torture. And that was mainly because the remote was on the other side of the living room. So there's so many answers, and everybody has the way.
Right.
And I've always thought if anybody says that their way is the way, then it's probably time to walk the other way.
Yeah. No, our way is the way. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it might just be.
No.
But I understand that that's kind of where the diet and nutrition industry is everybody has the way. And you have to, because let's face it, we all know deep inside, it's nobody's going to buy the book, Hey Fatty, Do a Sit-Up, right?
Right.
That's not one.
I might.
Well, but it really does come down to, because weight loss and nutrition and health are things that we kind of know instinctively what's right and wrong, but we continue to do that. And that's what I really want to get into with you, because it's beyond the exercise. It's beyond the mechanics. You get right into the head of your clients, right into the head of these women that are looking for something, that want to improve the way they look, want to improve their health. And you start where I guess the biggest obstacle is, right? And that's in their head. That's what I want to hear about first is how you hit that angle, that problem, to solve that as you go into the actual mechanics of the exercise and the nutrition.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, for women, who is our target audience, it's really an emotional thing for women. Our weight, our food choices, how we look that day really affects how we feel about ourselves throughout the day. And so we really try to talk to our clients on a more emotional level to say, how can we help you continue or, not continue to focus on all the things that you don't love about yourself, but let's start focusing on the things that you do. And then we can also help you work on the areas that you're not loving, but it's definitely a mindset more than anything. It's mind over matter for sure with our clients.
It is. Now, I've been married for 17 years.
Wow. Congratulations.
Well, absolutely. And what you just said, that women, they get concerned. Did you say concerned or consumed? With the
a little bit of both.
With the way they look and the way, really, I hadn't heard. No, I know. Exactly. And, that's the one thing that I think, and believe me, people may not realize it, but I'm not the slave to nutrition that I should be.
No.
But yeah, well, it's possible. If people look at me, I say, I'm one of the lucky ones. I eat whatever I want and I stay like this. Right?
You're one of the lucky few, Jack.
Yeah. Call it genetics. I don't know. But what I really think about is I see women that, in my mind are strikingly beautiful, but they may be carrying 10 pounds. And I think a lot of times if they could get to that point where they realize that where they are isn't the worst that they could be, that they're in a pretty good place and they can actually, get that better. I think that's a great way that you help these women in getting their mind around that there's not necessarily anything wrong right now, but there's also always a way that we can improve and get better and make, I think the way that you target is the best you that you can be, not necessarily the best, look like this magazine picture or look like, what people or press or the media makes you think that perfect woman looks like. Right. And how many women come to you with that they think that they're trying to achieve this thing that really isn't realistic, but it's what they've seen on TV or the media or reality shows and think that's the ideal image that they need to target. And how do you address that?
Well, one of our favorite, there's a little funny gram that says, I wish I was as fat as I thought I was 10 pounds ago, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's always about what, you always want to be where you were or where you think you could be or where the next lady is or where, someone from a reality show that just lost 100 pounds. Well, if I only could get there, then I'd be happy. But it really starts from a much deeper place, with our clients.
And plus you'll find some of our clients come to us and they'll say, my ultimate goal is to lose 10 pounds and then it'll make me so happy. And so, we'll get them to their 10-pound weight loss. But, is it truly that losing that 10 pounds what makes them happy? I would say no. I mean, it's them realizing wow, I can do this and I can believe in myself and look at what I've accomplished. It's that makes them happy and getting to that inner peace with yourself.
That's so powerful. And we see this as evidenced by the wildly popular shows like The Biggest Loser. All right. And I've got to admit, I'll sit and watch The Biggest Loser and it's almost double damaging to me because of the stuff that I will eat while I'm watching The Biggest Loser.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think that's a very common thing.
I do too.
Is it? And because what happens when they put those challenges where they have to go into the big room with all the pies and shakes, it's
and all the candy.
I'm like, man, I'm getting
I want a pizza pie.
But I'll tell you something that came up on this the season where the lady, and I don't know her name, but she lost just it seemed like a dangerous level of weight. And I know there was a lot of debate over whether it was a dangerous level or not, but I think it really brought to the spot, put a spotlight on the fact that maybe, people's image or their self-image may be a little bit different than what other people are saying. What would you say to a woman that says, I want to have those results that I saw this lady on The Biggest Loser have?
Well, first and foremost, we feel like The Biggest Loser and any of those shows, they truly do inspire a lot of people. And I think the intention of those shows is amazing. It really does dissect the psychology of why they are making the choices that they're making. But what people have to realize is that this is done in a very short time frame for a competition, and although there has been a lot of success and a lot of sustainability, there's also been a lot of people not sustaining that type of weight loss because they're doing it for the wrong reasons. They're doing it to win the top prize or, they don't want to get kicked off the show or, whatever it is. And it really falls in line with even our clients who are like, I want to get ready for a wedding or I want to get ready for this, or I want to get, if you're setting a time constrained goal for yourself, it's very likely that you're not going to keep those results because it's not for the right reasons. It's not for a lifestyle change. You're doing it for a specific goal in mind.
I think a lot of people don't understand either that, on The Biggest Loser, it is such a short period of time that those people are working out hours a day.
6 to 8 hours a day.
Yeah. And it's, they're eating, very low calories to try and get the weight off, as quickly as possible to win the ultimate prize. Well, in the real world, who has 6 to 8 hours in a day to train like that? I mean, these people are getting awesome results, but, Tosh and I have always had this approach that, you don't need to go to extremes to reach your goals. Slow and steady always wins the race. And, when you do it slow and steady, when you do it the right way, you're going to find that it's much more easy to,
keep it off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you're absolutely right. And the fact, but we lived in a microwave society, right? People want it now. And just like you said, the people that want to lose weight for the upcoming event, the wedding, the reunion, all of that stuff, it's almost like they're setting themselves up. And after that's over, then I can go back to the trough and not worry about it. Right. And so the Biggest Loser, because it is time. I remember the first time I saw The Biggest Loser, I came in like mid-season. I didn't even know what it was or paying attention. And it took me a while to realize that these people were there voluntarily. I thought they had like captured these people. And we're making them do this stuff, because that does look like it looks like torture, some of the stuff that they're doing. Right. But, that's the same thing. When I hear people that say, I want to lose this many pounds a week or this, and it's like, gosh, it just really seems like you're setting yourself up, because so many people do.
Right. They
do end up gaining that weight back because it's not sustaining. I think about, and believe me, I've gone through my share of diets. I've tried all kind of crazy things because, you see this, the next great thing. I remember, way back from, the Slim Fast shakes that they used to, right? I guess they still have them, right?
Yeah, they do.
And those, I liked them. They were really good, especially when we put a little ice cream in them. They were pretty, But what was their saying? A shake for breakfast, a shake for lunch, and then a sensible dinner, or something like that.
Yeah.
To me, after not having anything to eat except for 2 glasses of chocolate gunk, to me, a bucket of fried chicken made a lot of sense at night. I think, and it didn't work. But when I see these things on TV, like, I don't want to name any names, but you know what we're talking about, the packaged meals of, do you want to lose weight fast and not even have to exercise? Yeah. I'm talking about. I'll just say their initials, Jenny Craig. Oops, did I say that? But when you see that, and you even see their spokespeople that lose the weight, and then all of a sudden 6 months later they seem to have crept back up, right?
Right.
And so what do you think about those kind of things where people follow this packaged, just eat this and just eat this, and then you won't even have to exercise and the weight will just melt off?
Well, the weight's obviously melting off, because have you seen those portions? It's like, oh my gosh, that's like half the size of my smallest meal in the day.
Yeah. I mean, let's preface this. We are not trying to get into a debate about with a large company like Jenny Craig. There's some benefit to people for it, but it definitely is contradictory to what we are trying to teach our clients, which is, this is not a diet, and this is not something that you're going to want to shoot yourself at the end of the day because you're full of sodium or processed foods or whatever it is. We're teaching our clients to incorporate foods that they actually enjoy, that are good for them, that are healthy, but also, a pizza here and there, a hamburger there, an ice cream here and there, but learning how to balance it throughout the day and have a life and make this a lifestyle. And I think that term is extremely overused. To the point now everyone's like, oh yeah, sure, it's a lifestyle, but really that's the only way you're going to achieve long-term sustainable goals. And you're not going to do Jenny Craig forever. You're not going to do the Nutrisystem. You're not going to do those forever. Most people won't. So that it does become a fad kind of diet, something that was a short-term thing to get you where you wanted to go. And we want to teach you and educate you on how to do this yourself forever, for a life, for a term of your life, and adjust it how you need to as each day arises.
Now, you said something there that really won me over. You said that the portions were small in those things.
Right.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. I mean, I think one of the biggest misconceptions, especially among women, is that, in order to lose weight, you really have to eat like a bird. Mm-hmm. So many clients come to us and, we'll send them, their like a guide of what to eat during the day, or, a lot of them eat 6 times a day, and they have so much worry that, oh my gosh, am I going to gain weight from eating so much? And that is definitely the biggest misconception. It's, it's huge. People think you have to do hours of cardio and eat next to nothing to lose weight, when it's really the exact opposite. So
we say that exact opposite. So let's think about this. So if I was just to say, if someone said, look, what do you think? What's the conventional wisdom on losing weight? I would say, well, low fat, eat your vegetables and fruits, and go, because, I go to a gym. I do belong to a gym. And I go there and I see the people that are just killing themselves for like 2 hours on these stair climbers, right? The tread and things like that. And I tried one once, and man, it just killed me. And I requested they put in an escalator master, because I can do that, I think, for an hour. But they think that that's what it is, that you have to just kill yourself for like an hour. You want to talk about interrupting your lifestyle. Well, you have to get on a treadmill or these Stairmaster things for an hour in order to lose, what do they say? I've heard people, oh no, I'm on here for an hour and I lose, and I'll burn whatever, 800 calories. And oftentimes I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. So that's 800 calories. How many calories would you have burned if you just sat on the couch? And let's do the delta there before we start talking about what works. So you're saying that spending a lot of time, which I think is a big obstacle, and what keeps people from taking on a challenge, is they think all this time I have to spend doing this cardio. Are you saying that's not necessary in order to achieve these type of goals?
Well, definitely not. I mean, we definitely are not promoting doing hours of cardio on a treadmill or any machine. I mean, our whole thing is get your heart rate up. You want to have an intense workout. I mean, the really popular thing right now is the HIIT training, the high intensity interval training. And that's so much more effective. It's been proven over and over again that you could do a 20 minute workout, jump roping, where you jump rope for 30 seconds as hard as you can, take a minute off. You can actually burn more calories doing that than spending an hour on a treadmill. So what would you rather do? Be on a treadmill for an hour or jump rope, 10, 15 minutes, I think. And
another thing for us is, we're really big on promoting women in the weight room. Although we don't feel the gym is the only place that, helps you lose weight. It definitely is a great place to start. Not only does it help you lose weight, but it helps build your confidence. I mean, most women avoid the weight room like the plague because of there's all these guys are staring at me, or I don't know what to do. And we want to teach them how to take control. And, that's part of our tagline is leave the heavy lifting to the ladies. Like, let us, we want them to walk in with confidence, grab the dumbbells, throw up 20-pound shoulder press and feel confident about it and know that they're actually burning more calories by doing that than being the girl that's spending an hour walking on the treadmill or running or killing yourself over there. And you got your workout in 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
Not only that, but you really can't make, changes to the shape of your body by doing cardio. Like cardio is just going to help slim you down, but weight training is the best because it's going to help you, create the curves in your body. It's going to help
give you the booty that you want.
Exactly. And we're all about the booty. Let's just say that.
We're all about the diva dairy here.
What a coincidence.
So am I.
Hey, I didn't say that. Now so here's what I really want, because I know people are listening to this, and it's the same thing when I see like a Arnold Schwarzenegger. I see these guys that are really fit talking about how to get fit. And then I say, well, what did you look like when you were, what were your before pictures? And their before pictures, they're more ripped than anybody I see. It's like they have this natural genetics. I want to know from you, what did you, were you born with these? I mean, I see your pictures on your website, and I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe they put a little effort into this, because it's just remarkable. Now, did that come easy to you, or are you folks that had these struggles that you dealt with, the struggles of what you're eating or eating when you shouldn't be eating things, and that mindset stuff? Because I'm always interested, and the most influential people I come across are those that have been there and they bring back a map.
Right.
Right. So, I want to know a little bit about your story, that what got you to where you are, and what you overcame, because you've clearly are influencing others to make some really dramatic differences in their life. So, how did you get there?
Well, this is Tosh. For myself personally, I mean, I you know, I was always athletic as a kid, but I definitely, when I got into my 20s, realized that I was struggling. I was having some emotional challenges, which was directly affecting my weight. I had probably put on 20 pounds and for me, that was a lot on my body. And it was affecting everything, my skin, my hair, my attitude towards everything in life. And, you know, I didn't realize how much, you know, how unhappy I was and how that was affecting everything in my life. And so it wasn't until I was willing to really sit and evaluate myself and realize, like, you know, there's something much deeper going on here. It's obviously not that I love to eat ice cream while I watch The Biggest Loser. It's, you know, there's something much deeper. So once I, you know, really was able to evaluate what was going on for myself and kind of self-soothe or really, you know, start to make changes for myself, that's when my body, now I'm 35 and my body is a million times better than it was at 25. So, you know, for me, there was definitely a 10-year period where I struggled significantly with my weight and my food choices. And I know Kim's the same.
I think it's crazy too, because, you know, we're both obviously older. We're not in sports like we used to, but, you know, for me, this is Kim. I played soccer, volleyball, and collegiate rowing. And I'm like, man, if I just knew half of what I know now, like I would have been like such a better athlete, because so much of being good in your athleticism is what you eat. And for me personally, like I grew up with two older brothers, so I'm definitely going to blame them for having a terrible diet growing up. So, you know, I struggled with my weight, you know, through high school. I went to a school in Orange County. So, you know, Orange County, very prestigious, a lot of pressure to look good. So, you know, just really learning more about food. I mean, us women, I could, you know, of all the women I've met, I would say we all have some food issues. I mean, you look at when a group of girls get together, what happens? I don't know. We all get some ice cream and some cookies and some candy. So it's just kind of something we like to surround ourselves by. But I mean,
I don't get invited to those parties.
And we have pillow fights, you know, the normal stuff.
Yeah, all the normal
girl stuff.
But you know, definitely just, you know, learning more about myself as I've gotten older and just wanting to, you know, obviously you get out of doing college and high school sports and you realize, holy moly, I just put on 10 pounds. Where did that come from? You know, you really just start to learn more, especially, you know, with age, your metabolism, you know, starts to flow like they say. So it's just, man, you really just have to really find what works for you.
So it's not uncommon, you know. You've been there, you've seen it, you've overcome it, and I think that's what truly makes you influencers, is that, you know, you've brought back that map, you've you know, figured out that how to flip that switch, because I think it's just, you know, indisputable when you see the results that I've seen, that the folks that work with you do that, and even people that lead very busy lives and do things that people often use as an excuse to, I don't have time, it doesn't fit, it doesn't, you know, do that. So that, I think, truly makes you influencer. And what I like to find out is what influences the influencers. What is it that influences and inspires you to do what you do and keep going like you do?
Well, I mean, there's tons of people we're motivated by in the fitness industry and, you know, that we look up to. But I think just on a more personal level, you know, we are all about empowering women from the inside out. And someone who I think does that very well is Kim Kiyosaki. You know, I just reread her book, Rich Woman. And, you know, she's just all about teaching women how to take control of their finances and their life and not be dependent on anyone else. And really, that's really in line with what we do as well, just on taking control of your life. So she's been a huge influencer for us. And we work with Carrie Murphy with Inspired Living, and she's all about, again, you know, regardless if it's men or women, but she's all about taking control of your life and doing what best serves you and what you want to do instead of what you feel you have to do and what you're being told to do. You know, what's the right, here's your 40-hour-a-week job and do that for the rest of your life. So I think anybody who really is willing to think outside the box and empower others and service others is really the type of people that we look up to and that we aspire to be like. No,
those are great influences. Carrie is wonderful, just really incredible. You know, the stuff that she teaches and the stuff that she shares, truly inspirational. And I can see how that, you know, that's what I love about influencers. They influence others to influence others, and it keeps ongoing. And I know that the people that you've helped, the people that you've transformed both mentally and physically, I'm sure have shared that with others. So it does, just keep getting paid forward. So that's what I truly love about this. What can people do? What can women do that are in this situation? That are doing things they know they shouldn't be doing, but they don't know how to not do them, not eat what they're eating, to understand the right way. They're being bombarded with, eat this, don't eat this, do this exercise, don't do this exercise. How can they find out more about, what you're doing and this one, what I call realistic and achievable, system that they can finally get off that treadmill. Ooh, there's a good.
Yeah,
that's good. All right,
bring it full circle. I like it.
Yeah, all right. So how they
for a
find
living? You're really good. I think the best place really to go is to our website. We have a lot of information out there. We do a lot of free information as well. Our website's dumbbell-divas.com. We do blogs and posts and videos, and we also obviously have programs, but that's a great source of a resource for information and just to learn a little bit more about us. And we also have retreats that we put on throughout the year to really help for the woman who just needs a break from it all, who's a very well-deserved and earned break, but just needs one, and to get out for a few days, fun in the sun, and have some mind, body, soul type of energy. And they can go to beadivaretreat.com for more information on those.
And you don't want to miss out on that, because Tosh and I will be doing some awesome karaoke, and you just don't even know how talented we are. So if you want to listen to us sing some Journey or some Wilson Phillips, that's where you need to go.
Yeah, that's definitely the place.
I'm in. Yeah, you can't beat that. All right. Kim, Tosh, I want to thank you so much for coming on here today and sharing this. Truly are influencers, and I think you probably changed the minds of a lot of folks that were thinking that it just couldn't be done, or they had to do it a way that shouldn't be done. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us. I mean, any opportunity we get to help and serve others is really what we want to do. So we are so very grateful for the opportunity to be able to speak with you. Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. So folks, there it is. Go check out the Dumbbell Divas, and not just women, guys. If you are in the unique position of having a woman in your life that has these type of characteristics, go check it out. Send her there too, because believe me, you'll be happy that you did. So we will see you next time. And remember, you are really the only real game changer. We'll see you next show.
You've been listening to Influencers Radio. To get all past shows and updates on future shows, visit influencersradio.com today or follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/influencersradio.